Here's a drive mode review of the Ford Transit. It's a 250 model, I believe. And thus far, I had not noticed that underneath the air vent adjacent to the steering wheel is a button marked mode. Push it once, we've been in normal the entire time. You also have the choice of eco, slippery, and tow haul. I'm going to try eco for this next round. So my complaint with the car in normal mode was that the throttle was far too jumpy and the transmission slammed shifts to the point that it felt like it was trying to drop the transmission out of the car. And this is the new 10-speed auto as well. So in eco, that is better, but it's also lugging the engine quite a bit. So I'm going to move over to tow haul mode and see if that's an improvement. I think it is, because I'm getting a little more engine braking as I roll towards the stop sign. Still a little bit jerky on the tip end though, and that shift to second also rather jerky. I think the gear holding is a plus in tow haul, but if I'm gonna be driving this thing around, there again, lurching forward on the slightest touch of the throttle. So this thing, yet again, eco is the new sport. I've been saying that for, what, 6 years now? Maybe more? In fact, I guess I've been saying it for about 20 years, given that I have the same feeling about our E39 M5. It's a far more drivable car when you stay away from the sport program. So, moral of the story, push all the buttons. Figure out what everything does. You'll rarely be better off in the default settings that the manufacturer establishes for a number of reasons we'll get into in a different video. So believe it or not, the car, well, the fact that I describe it as a car and not a truck or a van tells you how much I'm enjoying wheeling around in this thing. That's the first point. But believe it or not, the car is more pleasant in eco mode, or even more so than eco mode in what they call slippery mode. So you can see the indicator tells us we're in 4th gear out of 10 at 15 miles an hour. But I'm finding that even eco mode holds on to gears too long for the torque of the motor. And I'm talking about, obviously, a empty bed, an empty cargo area. So tow haul and the standard mode are going to be more effective in highly laden situations, but if you're just wheeling around with some Amazon cardboard boxes or anything on the lighter side, I'd encourage you to spend more time in either slippery, which I'm currently in, or eco, because the car is a lot more pleasant, a lot more drivable, just a lot more Ford. You know, drivability and Ford have been pretty much synonymous in terms of their European product line, and it was a bit of a punishment to get what felt like you were getting rear-ended every time you would just try ever so gently to tip into the throttle. And now I can modulate the throttle without thinking too much of it, and it's not like it takes a big prod to get where you want to go. So hope this is helpful for countless individuals out there who are driving around in a Transit. Thank you if you're a sort of worker who's keeping us all going, or even if you're just out there keeping us all going in normal times.